Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. My name is Gardon Wycoff and I'm with the Ohio State University Bass Fishing Team. Today we're about to launch on Allen Creek, but I just wanted to give you guys a tour of my boat. I'm a senior at the university and I've been treasurer for about 3 years now. So I just wanted to show, what we have to do on the team because we don't have a whole lot of help from anybody else. I want to display some of the stuff that I've had to do in my garage at home to get the boat ready for the year and make it able so that I can fish all the events that I do fish. So here we go, we're going to go through. Alright, so as I said, my boat is a Nitro NX750. It's powered by a 125 Merc on it. Never had any problems with it. It started on the first crank pretty much every time I've taken it out. Prop I've got on it, a little beat up, but it's not too bad. I'm due for a new one here and get this one refurbed, but it's a 26 pitch 3-blade laser 2. Helps with my top end a little bit. Hole shot's a little rough on this boat because it is pretty dang thick fiberglass on it. So, but I would just rather have the top end because it's only powered by 125 anyway. So let me show you some of the stuff I've got in the back here. So in the back of the boat, got my 3 batteries back here. Cranking battery, of course, cranks the motor. And runs everything on my switch box and my graphs. The wiring's a little bit sketchy. I've got a 2-bank charger on the other side, and then my 2 batteries over here. One of them is charged by just a trickle charger, good old Black & Decker. Fuel tank right here, pretty sure it's a 25-gallon fuel tank, so it's got a pretty dang big fuel tank in it. Batteries, I've never had a problem with any of them. The Interstates do a great job. So we'll go into my back boxes here. Both side boxes, literally just all tackle, all my co-anglers tackle. I leave both of them open in the back and we just keep all the stuff in there all year. So we don't have to be shuffling around in tournament morning and putting stuff in boxes and all that kind of good stuff. That box on the other side is the same deal. And then I'll hop up in here. Here's the live well. Got my good old Rapala cold tags in there, non-penetrating, never had any problems with them. Live well's a little bit small, but it's got the divider in the middle so I can separate everything out, all the fish that I'm going to cull, some that I'm not going to cull depending on the lake. If I'm fishing a lot of my home lakes, 12 inchers are still pretty hard to cull, so maybe I'll just throw them all in there together. Alright. Moving up front, my most recent addition to the boat. As you can see, the seats look a lot newer than my boat here. I just put these on probably 2-3 weeks ago with the help of my friend Brendan. Ordered them off bassboatseats.com because the original factory seats were absolutely torched on this thing and getting them reupholstered was too expensive. So bought the scarlet and gray to match the boat and the scarlet and gray to match the school, so that's what I got there. Under this latch right here on this seat, they just fold up just like the original factory seats do. Just a cooler under this one, pretty straightforward. Middle seat folds down, so it has a step on it. It's all plastic underneath, so I don't have to step on the seats and tear them up like the old ones. Then, of course, my net in the middle. Got to keep that thing on the deck at all times. Never know what's going to happen. So we'll go around to the other side, and I'll kind of show you what's in my day box under my driver's seat. Get these out of the way here. Get this guy opened up. Under my driver's seat, got my dry box in there, some more tackle. Really, the dry box, I like to keep my sunscreen, as I've heard, really easy. Sunscreen, usually booty mats, headlamps, any kind of accessory stuff like that. I kind of keep in there that, I need, and I forget about it until I actually do need it on the water. So all that stays in there. I've got extra batteries for my headlamps, stuff like that. Alright, and moving up here, got the graph I had to install on a pinch because I am a broke college kid and I didn't have a lot of money. I had to install a transducer for it as well. This is going to be getting replaced here soon by a Humminbird Helix 9. I'm going to get the full deal on that with the Mega Plus and everything. Can't wait for that to in here soon. Steering wheel, rack and pinion steering in the whole boat, so just got to keep it greased up. There's no hydraulic steering or anything like that like would be in your car. Never had any issues with it, surprisingly. It locked up on me once when I forgot to grease it for too long, but I just sprayed some WD-40 on it, fixed it right up. Underneath is a mess of wiring underneath, and I have done every inch of wiring underneath here. There's 2 fuse boxes. I don't even know how many yards of wire I've put under here, but I pretty much stripped the whole thing and redid it myself. So you can point at any wire underneath there and I will tell you what it does because I did it myself. It takes a lot of time. I've done enough wiring for a lifetime and I do not care to do any more. So we'll look here now. A lot of your newer boats, they've got hot foot on them. I've just got the old standard, you know, throttle control on the side right here. No hot foot for me. Don't really need it yet. This boat doesn't have the juice behind it to really need a hot foot. And one thing I forgot about to talk about on the motor is this old, you know, it says tracker, but it's a Mercury on it. This is actually a 2+2 motor, so when you're at idle or low speed, it's a 4-cylinder motor. When it's at low speed, idle, it only runs on 2 cylinders, so it burns less gas. And when you throttle it up, the other 2 fire. Kind of an old school thing. I like it. Makes it easy to warm it up because you're only firing on 2. Not burning as much gas when I'm idling around warming up in the morning either, which is good. Moving up front. Got my trusty Helix 7 Hummingbird up here. Got it on a nice mount that I can swivel it around with. Never had any problems with it moving or anything like that, thankfully. But it's a Helix 7, big imaging, full map chip in it, everything like that. Helps when I'm smallmouth fishing, especially offshore. Usually when I'm up shallow, like I am most of the time, because I'm an Ohio boy and I usually stick under 8 foot of water. Normally I don't even turn the dang thing on when I'm fishing around here unless it gets into late summer, or as we are about to right now, go out and it is 30 degrees outside, so it'll be on today. The next latest addition I had to the boat is my Minn Kota Maxim 80 pound. It's a 24 volt. Bought it off my buddy Colton on the team. Shout out to Colton. Super easy to install. I've done, just on this boat alone, I've put 3 different trolling motors on it, I'm pretty sure. And on my old tracker that I fish a lot of college events with, that you'll see me cussing with on the tournament morning because I'm usually trying to fix stuff on it. I think I put 3 on that one as well. So I've done my fair share, and I've done some buddies' boats and stuff like that. So definitely not unfamiliar to me anymore. But up here on the front, got the Helix transducer. Nothing fancy with it. I just got like a universal mount from Cabela's. Works just fine. It helps me with it. It's something real crazy. It'll knock the transducer back up. Works great. It's got the you know, the lift spring on it and everything, which I've never had on my boat before, and it's really nice, especially lifting this bigger from the motor up. On the trailer as well. I've stripped it all out. There's new LED lights on the back and everything like that. One of them busted, as you can see right there, because I popped it with the lift thing there. But I had to fix that as well. Had to grease it up. It locked up on me, and I had to tear it all apart and rebuild it, just like I have to do with everything, because I rarely take my boat to the shop for them to do anything. So we'll hop up inside. All right, so up in the business end on the front deck. Over here, underneath these 3 cashins, is my rod locker. Nothing fancy in it. It's literally just an open piece with like fiberglass, and I put some rubber mats at the bottom so that they don't get beat up. If I wanted to, I could probably fit, if I really crammed them, I could probably fit like 40 combos in there. Like, it's a big box, and it's really, really nice, and I like it a lot. I usually keep between, I don't know, depending on where I'm going, 15 to 25 rods in there, give or take. As you can see, you got a couple cachings out here on the deck because that's what I'm going to be throwing today. Some chatterbaits and some shallow diving crankbaits. Shout out to Rapala. But yeah, loving the rods. And then in here, I've got absolutely packed to the gills with stuff. Bait locker, got my terminal boxes, like all my planos and stuff in here. Just absolutely jammed with stuff. In the back, I've got like a little, I don't even know what you call it. It's a little crate carrier thing that I keep like my pliers and yeah, different line and stuff in it, different screws and stuff, line to tie leaders with, just that kind of stuff, just general, and then baits that I'm waiting to dry off, all that good stuff. Yeah, of course, gonna be throwing these today. Got the Venom tubes ready to rock and roll. It's about the only thing they'll freaking bite out here on Allen Creek right now because the water's been going up and down every day like 6 or 7 degrees. And in this box over here, finish off the tour. Nothing real special in here. It's all tools, flares, legal stuff, life jackets. Got my Mustang life jacket, weigh bag, bump board, throwing float, anchor, dock ties, all the boring stuff you gotta have on a boat. And of course my oil, which I just put in earlier. Good old Quicksilver Merc oil, keep it going. Fire extinguisher in there. It's really about all there is to it, but thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any other questions, just message us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any of them. Ohio State Bass Fishing Team. If you have any other questions about my boat, it is 21 years old, so I've done a lot to it, but if you have any other questions or want to know how to do something, because I've done a lot to this thing, just shoot us a message and we'll get back to you. We're going to go out and try to catch some fish now, and it is cold.